Welcome to the podcast.
We back. Rap and Tap Podcast.
We gon' rap.
This is Rap and Tap Podcast.
We gon' tap.
Come get your greasy green from OG Poppy at the candy shop. It's the only thing you want to put on your new thing.
Which tattoo was the most meaningful to you and why?
Bitch, did you hear what they said on Rap and Tap Podcast?
The Candy Shop Tattoo Studio. The hottest tattoo shop, period. Oh,
This is Rap and Tap Podcast.
Oh, this your boy OG Poppy. Welcome to another episode of Rap and Tat Podcast, where we get right to the gooey.
It's the podcast.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rap and Tat, the podcast. We got some new guests in the house, and you don't want to miss. We'll go around the room, and y'all introduce yourselves. Starting with the lovely.
Hi, I'm Jonay Deanna. Been modeling for a little bit now. Just came to show up and show out.
Hi, my name is Mix. I'm an artist, singer-songwriter.
Yes, I'm next.
Go ahead.
I am Butter Go Hard. I'm also an artist, writer, singer, songwriter, beat slaughterer. You know what I'm saying? Realistic, tell you like it is. And I'm ready to get down right here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Baby.
Hey man, it's like man, it's your brother, other brother Shaw, you know what I'm saying? Alternatively known as Devontae D. Peters, your future councilman of District 3, City Council, you know what I'm saying? Vote. You dig in the May 4th election. We got an election coming up, man. It's very important that you get involved in the politics and where you live, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out here, you dig, Devontae D. Peters.
Dig it.
So let's start there. Running for a city council, what are some of the issues you're going to bring to the table or try to attack if elected and you win?
Well, one being, I'm going to definitely be on the side of the working class people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sell out for the elite, the establishment of Dallas, you know what I'm saying, the old way. So you put me in office, it's going to be a new day in Dallas, you know, I'm not going to be accepting bribes from, you know, real estate developers like our previous council people have been doing, you understand me? So definitely that's going to be one thing, there's going to be transparency, you dig me? And also we're going to address the food desert situation in my community. I've been doing that by establishing community gardens across the city, you dig? But when I'm in office, what I'll do is I'll get a health food store in our district so we ain't got to go to Cedar Hill or go outside, you know, our community to shop and get health food choices, you know what I'm saying?
It seems like our community makes other communities rich.
That's right.
We done made Gucci rich.
That's right.
We done all these white fashion designers, and even right now with the March Madness basketball, I think it's like something like $8 billion in betting. The school makes billions of dollars during this season, and even the coaches get multi-million-dollar deals to coach, and the athletes, the black athletes, get nothing. Do y'all? We'll go around. How does that make y'all feel, and what you think we can do to kind of? Would you want college kids getting paid?
Of course. I feel like definitely, because at the end of the day, if they're doing like sports, basketball, baseball, whatever they're doing, I feel like some college kids, they want to take it further and go to the league and they want to do stuff, and that's going to keep them motivated. I mean, I know money is motivation to me, so I feel like if you're going to be doing the sport, you might as well start getting paid for it, because at the end of the day, you know, what if you get injured during college and that was their main thing? They were depending on that, and then now they're not getting anything. So I feel like they should definitely get paid for it. Well, that's hard work too.
Yes. And you're an adult. I'm sorry.
Right.
I am 18. Where I'm gonna live? How am I gonna pay for food? Like, I'm not getting paid, but I'm putting my life in jeopardy for this. Like,
Right.
I could get, you know, what is it? Paralyzed. I could be paralyzed. I could fall and break my whole leg and never recover. Like,
And it's already hard enough as college students, because
Yes.
some people, they don't have the good financial that they have. They like got scholarship for just their sports.
Yeah.
So they probably can't even afford to eat sometimes, but they're at practice every morning
They
or
better
at
be.
night.
Yeah.
You know, exactly.
they
So
have to be.
they should be paid.
They should get paid.
Definitely, I definitely agree. You know, people, even at that age, you have responsibilities, and if you don't, you know, you putting all anybody that put a lot of work and time
effort, dedication into something they're good at, I believe that they need to get paid for it, period. We are spending all that money from commercials, like you said, commercials, from everybody watching the TV, from, all of that, and you're getting nothing. Like, you're not, and there's no guarantee you're going to get chosen to go pro.
That could be the end for you. Like,
that's it. That's it.
I think it's like 90% don't make it to the NBA.
Right, yeah. That's right. That's true.
And we tune in to see the Star College, I won't say his name, but the one guy who's really good. He's playing for the wrong team, but he's making his school millions of dollars.
And he's not getting
and he's not getting a dime yet.
I think it just speaks to a larger conversation about exploitation, you know what I'm saying, and living in a capitalistic society, you know what I'm saying, so that's what they're going to do, but I think we should possibly, try to get our own schools or maybe our own league or something like that, and pay our people, but, if we don't see the value in that, then maybe not, but yeah.
That's a larger conversation too, because it takes people of certain tax brackets to feel exactly like you do. They can put their money towards that place. Because I know my tax bracket out there to build no school, but I know, you got people running around here like saying buying Gucci, buying all these cars. You got 6 cars, 10 cars, houses you don't need, houses and all these things.
Right there.
And it's like, come on, man.
like we spend our money on the wrong things. On the wrong things. We could already have had our own. But we don't link together and help each other and want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we settle for letting the white man do it all. Right?
I feel like we're very focused on trying to bring ourselves up and have the latest thing or the best thing. Like, look at all this stuff I have, look at this. But then at the same time, we want to be like, oh yeah, the people, like we support, blah, blah, but what are you actually doing to give back? What are you giving to the community? Like, maybe instead of, buying like Gucci stuff or buying like, the fancy things, you could maybe even just do a small investment in something like in your community, like even if it's just like investing in like a food bank or investing or like even just donating. It's like if you're done with the past trend, I guess, and moving on to the next one, you can donate it, you can, I don't know, start a store so that other people can have those things, like literally anything. But I feel like people are too focused on themselves and trying to put themselves before the rest.
So what keeps us from working with each other?
Egos. Honestly, I feel like within the black community, they are the most egotistical people. And I say that like out of kindness. I don't want anybody to get offended, but I feel like you got all these other races. They come to our communities and take over. Like all these like beauty stores, they're selling our stuff. And they selling our
hair
stuff.
stores. And, oh my God.
And we go there and spend all of our money.
I think it's more on family too, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's how they are from the beginning. Their parents have put them in positions where you stick together.
Right.
You help each other. You help your kind. You do what you can to give back to the rest of the family.
Right.
And we don't have that. We have, all right, you 18, get out the house. Go do your shit.
Right.
Like, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no building a platform for your family and your peers.
I think it's knowledge too, because a lot of times we can all sit and say that'll be great, and of course we do make money, but a lot of times people don't even know where to start. If you come from a family that don't have much, you know what I mean? If your parents don't have nothing, a lot of people, these rich people, they were born rich.
Right.
Now you're born into it, and if we go back, really, we are the richest people, period. We're old money, but a lot of people don't even know where to start to even make this stuff happen, let alone do it. So I think it comes down to the education.
We just
Do
need
we-
educational classes.
Do we separate from a country that our forefathers bled for? The ground is soaked with our blood, but we've got nothing, and we're owed something. Is it America give us our own, or do we integrate America like how it's supposed to be, the great melting pot? And we work across the table with Jewish, Asian, the new Africans that are coming in. Or do we kind of say, no, we want our own, we want to spend our own dollar in our own community, growing?
I think we need to be centered and, well, you know, I'm black, you know what I'm saying? So I come from, I'm a descendant of Africa. So if we're not, our orientation isn't Afro-centric or centered in Africa, then we're, our understanding and our orientation to the world is centered from somebody else's philosophy and somebody else's worldview. So when we go to school or when we go into politics or when we go into entertainment or anything, that's coming from somebody else's philosophy and somebody's worldview, and so therefore we're going to affect the world and impact the world from somebody else's mentality. So I appreciate a movie like Get Out. It's showing you we black people with other people's consciousness inside of us, you dig? And so therefore I feel like at one point we should work with different nations and be a nation, but how could we do that if we're not a nation ourselves, you dig? So we have to be centered, a nation centered in Africa. If you're African descendant or wherever you come from, be centered in that. But I feel like we need to work with them, but work with ourselves first. Because if we don't have ourselves solidified, then when we go to other people's cultures and try to learn them, then we adapt their stuff and assimilate and be like, I like anime and all this, but not, in martial arts, but not understanding where the roots really come from. You did,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion.
Like, I want to see like what your take would be on someone that has multiple different cultures. Like, where are you supposed to center, or where are you supposed to draw it from? Are you supposed to go from like how you were raised, or know your roots, or like I'm just really curious to know like what your take is.
My personal opinion is if you have multiple cultures, then you should appreciate all of that. You know what I'm saying? One might necessarily be better than the other one, but you can also understand that kind of how we're raised might dictate which culture or which side of us we appreciate more. You know what I'm saying? And that's a realm in itself, a different conversation. But my personal opinion is that you should invest time in all of that. But I know, doing with the African slave trade and just being a Pan-Africanist myself, that African people were the first people on the planet, you did. And, Europeans, they came from, Neanderthals, you dig? So these were two different people on different sides of the planet at one time, and the Africans, we migrated across the across the planet. So Africans were the first to circumnavigate the planet, you dig? But that doesn't mean that they're better or nothing like that, but we understand that different countries have their roots in Africa, you know what I'm saying? Because these people spread across the world first, you dig? But that doesn't make them better or nothing like that. But I would invest time into just learning every aspect about myself, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about knowledge itself, knowing who you are, and your story is different from somebody else's. That's why I said I'm African, you know what I'm saying? So learning yourself and learning who you are.
Are we behind the rest of the world by saying black power, black owned, everything to your race, and the rest of the world is basing it on class? Do you have that bag to be in our club? Or do you have that? Are your finances to where you can now dictate? You're not in the hood anymore. You're not eating top ramen anymore. You're in a gated community, and you're black. But your kids are going to school with little Johnny and them. It's he's in a whole nother class while we're over here still fighting about race, but it's based on class, and we're like behind the eight ball, as you say. What do you think? Who's starting this up?
Well, I feel as though as far as like black owned everything, I feel like that's cool and all, but I still feel like, yes, we could branch out, learn other communities. Yes, I want I have a kid myself, so I would want him to understand other races, get to know other races too. Like, I don't want him to grow up and then he meets Lil Johnny and then come home and ask me like, what's wrong with Lil Johnny? You know what I'm saying? I just want him to understand that there is other people.
I have the bag, I have the money to send my child to a charter school or a private school now. Are you making those moves based on class, better education, rather than go to the public school with lower, the bad school in the hood? So it becomes not a black issue. go to school with black people. But it comes with a class issue where now you're paying for school to get
private and public school. So I'm on both sides of the fence. Of course, okay, I went to Lincoln, you know what I'm saying, part of South Dallas, that's where I graduated from. Of course, Dallas schools districts their system is totally different. I live in urban, I raised my kids in urban. And I can honestly say that now, when I went to school, public school versus my daughter is she'll be in the 2nd grade. And I just think it's real stereotype, and it's kind of like I don't think it's real true as far as just because it's a private school it's better than public school. Okay, you have to really, really do your research, because again, my daughter's in the 1st grade. Their trip tomorrow, field trip, is to a bank. They're already teaching them how to save money, investments. You know what I mean? They're teaching this in urban. And J.L. Davis is her elementary school, and if y'all know who J.L. Davis is, she's the first black slave that was free from urban. So that's her whole district. So they concentrate so much on history of blacks, on finance and on property, on things that Dallas schools I had no idea about. You know, we wasn't learning about banks and financial institutions and APRs and interest and how protecting your credit. They doing it already, and this is elementary. So, and then to go back to public school, high school, Lincoln. You know, I love my school. That school taught radio and broadcasting. I learned that, and we do radio and broadcasting. They had great curricular activities. They taught us journalism. So it really just depends on that particular school. I think the teachers in there. I don't think just private school makes it because it's private. Why is it like? What makes it so better? What are their curricular activities? What are they teaching credentials? What makes it so better?
a lot.
But did you just hear what I broke down on this elementary public school?
That's not.
This is just.
That's
this
not
is first
the
grade
norm, though. Like if we look at a broad view, like you have your dope teachers and people, working with the kids that we can, get. There's a whole, other states.
So what? Because my kids didn't go to private school. So what?
No, I'm just saying a private school.
No, I'm saying like
where
what
they go to
makes it
France
better
for the summer, and they go to
the ratio and. You know what I mean?
It's a difference. It's like going from community college to Yale. But
is that particular schools, or is this just stereotype? You're putting the whole private schools against public schools.
Yeah.
I feel like some private schools are even more focused on their students as well, because you have like maybe 10 students per classroom. That's true, but then
public schools they're teaching the kids to pass
the state test.
Right.
They're teaching them more than J.O. Davis.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's good schools, and then you have the ones that should be closed.
So I want to interject about the classism versus racism aspect, and saying that in racism there is like a classism component of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like racism, and we understand that there's institutional racism. There's like, just because you're black, they're going to devalue the price of your house. You know what I'm saying? The price of your house, stop you from getting loans and such and so forth. So these are means that you would be using to better yourself and putting yourself into a higher position or a higher class. You dig? But due to racism, you dig, it's keeping you down to, it's keeping you in a certain class. You know what I'm saying? So I think classism is definitely tied to racism. I think racism is definitely a huge component of the conversation. We should, and then classism makes black people classist against other black people. You dig? You got the bourgeoisie. You got those the higher or petty bourgeoisie, the black people that want to be the elite. They want to act like the rich white people. You know what I'm saying?
Skin bleaching.
Yeah, exactly. So you got that class of people who look down on what we call the proletariat, or the working class person, you dig, or the poor person. You know what I'm saying? So within class, but this is coming from you thinking from a European mentality. Your orientation comes from somebody else, and you looking down on your people. You understand me? So that's all I want to say about that.
No, that's good. We'll take a break and we'll come right back.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Dirty Low. I just got through doing my first podcast. As you can see, it's Rap and Tat podcast with my brother and my niece. I got my little nephew in here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put the link in below, and then y'all come and follow us, and then you tell me how you like it. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay on your grind. We bam.
It's the podcast.
Welcome back to Rap and Tap the podcast. We're gonna jump back in. What you got for us?
So I was gonna address both, I guess, topics that were going around. First, like the people paying for their children to take spots from like other children that have earned those spots. I feel very unhappy about that because I feel like education is the only thing where, like, no matter what, like, you can truly be really great at it. Like, without barriers, like, I mean, obviously, if you don't have good teachers, but if you go independently and you work hard, if you're a smart person, nobody can take that away from you. If you have knowledge, nobody can take that away from you. And I feel like people going in and taking these accomplishments and taking the spot that you earned is taking it away from you. And then, as far as the public school versus private school, I went to both, and I went to public school, like elementary and middle school, and then I went to private school for high school, and I would not have wanted it to be done any differently. I feel like having those years in public school and learning what I did there prepared me for life, and it prepared me for outside of the bubble that private school can put you in. But then private school did give me that bubble to learn within and to learn more, like educationally, and more about myself and more about just different things pertaining to, like, it's specifically education. So.
I just want to throw a pin in there and say that it is very important that you vote for your people on the Board of Education. Understand if you want to put your children in the public school, because a private institution don't give you that option. It is, but if you're going to go to a public institution, then definitely run for the Board of Education. You know what I'm saying? I mean, get up on there and change the politics and the policies from the inside.
And I just want to say one more thing. This is kind of in and out of what we talking about, but back to like the class versus racism. Just for an example, of course you get treated different when you have a certain amount of money, when you're in a certain tax bracket. But at the end of the day, they can bring you right back down here.
That's right.
Just like Bill Cosby, whether he did it or not. It's funny, and if you pay attention to the details, when all this came out, do y'all know when everything came out?
I think when he was trying to buy
NBC. Say it. So now, remember, their money all the same color, but so far, your money can take you so far. And whenever they think whoever sit up here and have the power up here, that you can get bigger than them, don't matter how much money you have.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Michael Jordan, gambling, womanizing. R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They tried Oprah, that she wasn't having it. It's like they tear down all of our black heroes.
Prince dead.
So now is that something to jump on the boat with? Michael Jackson. So you blow up. Now it's time for you to come back down. As a black community, you know, do we ride with the sister who made it? She gotta be holding it down.
They'll try and take anything.
Is there a part of you that says, you know what, Bill Cosby might have done this shit, but the way that they are doing my brother, I can't. It's like stopping the fight, like just leave him alone.
It's not right, because Elvis Presley was 27 when he married. She was 14. You know what I'm saying? She was 14. It's a lot of them out there like that. So I'm not saying
they all. That's the thing. They all do it, but they will push it and be like, oh, look what he's done. Right. But I've done fucking worse.
Right.
Like, but nobody's gonna notice that because I'm pointing the finger. Right. So it's easy for them to point the finger and tear you down, but you've done way worse than me.
Like what's the Playboy guy's name?
Hugh Hefner.
He already had a bunch of little bunnies in there, but no, they praised him for that.
It's not an issue, exactly. And then for us to be like, dang, he really did do that. That's awful. Oh, he should be murdered. Like, we're throwing stones. and we're giving in to what they're wanting us to do. We're playing the role that they want us to play.
Because Donald Trump.
Oh,
He's grabbing women by the what?
Right.
but I mean, that's why you got it. I mean, if you think consciously, because even using me as an example, blow up and you want to bring me down, well, while I'm blowing up and I got it, I'll make sure my money is going where it needs to go, that my kids are set. So bring me down all you want to. When my time is up, it's up. But I'll make sure my kids are straight and my family is straight. And if that's the way I'm supposed to go out, that's the way I'm supposed to go out.
I think a portion of it is like, well, I can't speak on everybody, but it's like, if you're not reaching out to the community before that, you know what I'm saying, how can we like really support you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get up there, you get rich, and you forget where you came from. How can we really be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is interesting to see how blatant the Me Too movement is, you know what I'm saying? How blatant it is, but regardless, man, I'm not going to defend nobody who's doing, you know, pedophilia and stuff like that, but we ain't gonna play like pedophilia ain't a part of these people's culture, you understand me, in Hollywood and in the Greek society and fraternity and stuff like that. So we ain't even gonna play that game, you know what I'm saying, from what's his name, Weinstein, all these people, man, that's just part of the culture though. So we're not gonna play that, and we need to stop attaching ourselves to other people's agenda, you dig, and having ourselves look silly because we're like they said, we're throwing stones at our own people. And it's like, yeah, man, like I ain't fucking with no pedophilia shit, you know what I'm saying? But if I don't have the facts at the same time, I can't really throw the stones at, I'm not going to be the one to throw the stones at you, you know what I'm saying? But it does look how they are super malicious on attacking these people.
So now, you jumping in the political field, how clean do you have to keep your nose? Are they gonna be able to bring up a video of you at the club?
Hey man, say hey man, y'all can look me up right now, you know what I'm saying? My name is Brother Shaw, you know what I'm saying? I got, you know, I'm a conscious hip hop artist, you know what I'm saying? Everything is revolutionary hip hop. One of my songs, my popular songs is What Up We got like 54K on there, you know what I'm saying? I'm an independent artist. So everything, you know what I'm saying? They can look me up right now, you know. One of my other popular songs is Black Power, you know what I'm saying? So they know what I'm about. But when I go into these meetings, they respect me, you know what I'm saying? Another thing I wanted to say about the diversity and inclusion and all that is like, I'm going to these meetings, man, in these meetings, and it's like, you got the Latino Democrats, you got these Democrats, and they all different ethnicities, but I'm the only person that look like me in here, whether if it's me being black, me being young, or me being having locks, or having freeform locks in that thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta stay grounded, you did. I gotta know where I'm coming from, or stay grounded in where I'm coming from. Because if not, man, we just selling the people out. But they can look me up, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever you did. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
So as an artist, do you feel like you have to move differently nowadays? Are there photographers or other artists you won't work with because it's like it's something that can be held against you? Like they pull up a twerk video, Brother Short over there. It kind of, or like vice versa. Like you're too Republican looking.
Yeah.
What you guys feel?
I think of things in terms of how they fit with my brand. Like some things I may do and other artists may not do because their music is like less explicit, or their music is catering to a different audience, or their music is expressing themselves in a different way. I am how I am, and like I'm going to be that way. So I think about things, yeah, like I said, pertaining to my brand. Like I have, like my music gets sexual, and that's a part of who I am, and I don't, so like it wouldn't be something that I necessarily really think about, like if I had a twerk video up, or if I had like suggestive clothing on, or if I had this, because it fits within my brand. It's not like I'm running for political office. It's not like I'm running for something more conservative or doing something more conservative to where that I feel will come back to haunt me. I feel as long as I don't do anything like, illegal, then it won't really be that big of a difference. And I also just, I don't know, like I've posed this question to myself several times, like what will I do if people bring this up, or what will I do if this happens? And it's like, well, you know, you gotta own it. Like, you did it, so you own it. And if it's a mistake and you actually are like sorry for it and like you want to rectify your actions, then you go ahead, you take the people's hate and you do it, you fix it. But if it's something that you stand by and something that you continue to stand by, then you continue to stand by it. You don't just fall over because people are getting mad at you about it or people are judging you on it. Everybody's gonna judge somebody on something because everybody's different. So that's how I look at it.
Do we live in a genre-wise, controversy sells? Kim Kardashian blew up off of a sex tape.
Yep.
Turned it into whatever she's worth. But like somebody could, if she tried to hide that, and now she's a fashionista, someone could say, "Hey, you and Ray J did this." Ta-da! So do you kind of take the sting out of certain things as you go?
By owning it, yes. By owning it, because everybody does things for a reason. Like, it's not like you just woke up and thought, I'm just gonna do this for no reason. Like, no, you do it because you have a reason. Like, you want to do it. And if you just bend because people decide that they don't like it or they don't agree with it, then what do you stand for? What are you doing? Like, what are you trying to be? Like, I'm an artist. I represent myself through my music. I'm not gonna change it because I'm not gonna change myself or anyone else. So I feel
you're ready, if you're ready, and if you're ready, that's where your concentration.
Yeah, and then that's you. That's a decision that you're making. Like, nobody can do that except you. So I feel like if you have an action, then you own up to that action. And if that means facing consequences, then that means facing consequences. And it's your decision whether you're going to move forward and you're going to learn from it or not. Like, but.
So if you get in a room with a photographer, where do you draw the line? If he's pushing something that doesn't go with your brand, it's not your style.
Right. No.
You would never do that.
Right.
Or do you say there's a cost to going further than I want to go?
I do what feels right to me now. I'm going to be very realistic. And I do what I want to do, okay, point blank period. You know, I may do shocking photos, I may have on a suit, I may want to turn around and show you how my butt look from an angle, you know what I mean? Because I do what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? But just taking that as an example, I do nude pictures, but you can't see body parts. So I'm real conscious with what I do, like. And it's crazy, and I just get you so clever with this. You're so clever with this. Like, you're showing all skin, but I don't see nothing. You know what I mean? So I just be clever with it. And that's because and that's because I want to do it now. I don't judge nobody else. If they want to go further and take new, that's everybody's life is different. Everybody's financial situation is different. Living situation now.
No, we want the judgment. Let's get to you ain't gonna slide that.
No, I ain't sliding because I'm not finished.
You know you look at people like, oh my God.
Like what? Oh my God.
This whole crazy.
No, that's not gonna send me to the gym because this bitch body is bad. That's what it is. Like, I'm finna send me to the gym. No, I don't. I mean, I do what I want to do. I'm not gonna judge. Right. Just like I'm gonna stay on the surface, but I'm careful because a lot of female artists, singers, it's harder for us, especially if you have some type of morals. You know what I'm saying? I always say we do got it harder, but use what you got, play off what you got. I'll show you whatever I want to show you. I'm gonna push the envelope to as much as I want to, but like I said, I'll show you the pussy, but I ain't gotta sell it to you. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is this: and that's because it's how I am. I'm not cool with being a hoe. Okay, if you're gonna be a hoe, be a happy hoe. If you happy, you know what I'm saying, showing all your body parts or whatever, because really it's art. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, we know what female bodies look like. We know it's art, but it's how you do it. It's what level you do it on now. I can't say I would never do it. You let me get in a situation where you know, I'm out on the street or something, and the photographer, hey, when you do, yeah, it's gonna be a price with it. Yeah, I'll show you which angle you want. You know what I mean? Like, so, but right now I don't have to go to that length, and I don't want to go to that length. But
now you see these like 16, 17-year-old girls, and you can kind of see it coming. Are you the type that will go look? That ain't the lane you might want to be in, or do you just kind of let them trip and fall into the? I
can't tell them what lane to be in, because if it wasn't nobody showing no lane, Pornhub wouldn't exist, and I would. My life would be boring. Now I can't tell them what lane to go in. You know, I'm sitting there, but I do. I mean, I do have a daughter, and if y'all, you know, I'm on IG as Butter Go Hard, and I do a lot of different stuff. Sometimes I do shock stuff, but then every now and then you'll catch me, and I'll put a video up, and I just talk to the young females, and I just give them the game, let them know. I let them know. Yeah, you may see me doing this shocking stuff. You may say, well, let me let you know, I'm celibate. Number one, excuse my language, pussy is power. You know what I mean? Pussy is power. If you can get away with stuff without giving yourself away, hey, by any means do it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not gonna act like I live in a bubble. And that's the thing. You walk too clean cut, and then this is why people grow up, or they in school and they end up committing suicide stuff, because they're not taught realistic, and they so far from reality, and they think everything is so perfect. And mama was so perfect, made no mistakes, and I can't, you know, you don't even know who you are, and you're scared to express yourself. So, no, I can't tell nobody nothing besides do what's right for you, what you feel is right for you. You're going to make mistakes, you got to bump your head. I can tell you something all day, but until you experience, and then that's life. It's called life. It's called growing up living. So, and back on the subject, if somebody probably got a lot of stuff you're going to pull up on me, I mean, I done changed.
It sounds like you want them to pull it up, yes.
Pull it up.
Let's go.
But no, I'm a walking testimony, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not perfect. I haven't been perfect. I've done so much stuff in my life, and I own up to it. You know what I'm saying?
You're not trying to hide that.
I ain't trying to pull it out and show you, but if you find it, I ain't gonna deny it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not gonna look, you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm a person. I mean,
as artists, we make mistakes.
As people,
we do some whack. We make whack songs that we throw away. We take pictures that we don't like. I mean, some songs are stronger than others.
Yeah, but still, man, I don't know, man. I love all that shit. I ain't trying to be funny.
Nah, all the way through.
I ain't trying to be funny. Shout out to that last award. I ain't trying to be cocky 4 days ago. Mixtape of the year. Still award 2019. We on 36 nominations. I don't know, man. I ain't playing.
Hey, man.
I'm real conscious. I'm bar for bar.
Bar. Yeah.
If I feel this, well, I don't do nothing. You know, if I'm not trying to speed it up to make the song end. If these 4 bars ain't right, if everything ain't hitting strong, it ain't making out the studio. So I can honestly say, pull up a whack song of mine. You pull up a whack verse. Now we get back on last subject. But
Go ahead. Is there a line you won't cross, or you?
Well, I would say as far as the modeling stuff, because that's what I mostly do at the moment. Yes, there has been crazy photographers to come with you with the whole.
Like, is there known creeps?
They're all creeps.
Yes, there's a couple that I had to put in their place.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Okay, maybe not all of them.
Okay, not all.
So wait.
98.
I'm just saying, there's a couple that hit you up through like IG or something, and like I feel like as a model, some of them they automatically want you to collab. Sometimes it's cool depending on how your work is, but sometimes no. I need a deposit, I need some money, I need something, because you want to collab, then you talk about you do nude. I mean, I had one guy ask me, did my vagina look right? I said, excuse you?
Oh, wow.
Did my vagina look right? What? That's just block. So like I had to like, you know, it was bad. But I feel like, just like she said, whatever you feel comfortable doing is cool. Me, my style, I'm urban, I'm street. I can still do some girly pin-up stuff like that. You might see a little sexy here and there, but like, my style is my style. You do got a lot of people that's gonna hit you up. Oh, You gonna bend it over for the kid? Like, am I on Pornhub or are we doing modeling? Because I feel like I want to be published. I want to be on a billboard somewhere. I want to be dropped down the street, my son in the back seat, like, Mama, is that you?
We can go around the road. Do you feel pressure to be more edgy, push the line? You see all these other people doing crazy things, and you get the feeling like, man, I got to jump out there and show my face. Is there a constant pressure, or do you just strictly do what you think is your own creative process and stick to that? Or do you can you kind of look around and go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do, yeah, oh, okay, I'm gonna hit that too.
Sometimes, yes, it is definitely pressure, especially like she said, like in the industry where us women, we do have a lot of pressure. You got all your California, all snatched in the way, you know what I'm saying? Well, I just say all the ones that pay for their whole body, you know what I'm saying? And us, some of us are natural, some of us not, whatever, but, and they don't care. They just snatch it all off, everything out. And, you do have a lot of, like, really well-talented photographers that hit you up, and that's their style of modeling, where it's just, they in the penthouse on the bed with the Kim K with the leg broke type thing, and just nothing but just everything out. And sometimes you just be like, dang, like, she got all this. Like, I wish I could just do that, but it's still kind of the fact where it's like, I got family, I got people that's watching. I don't want my dad opening up a magazine to see his daughter with the vagina on. I don't want that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is a little bit of pressure, but like she said, stand your ground. You gotta be you. And if you want to do that, cool. But still, you gotta be you. And my style is my style. And I might do a little something here and there if I want to, but my style is my style. So a little bit of pressure, but I know Janae Deanna gonna come through regardless of what she gonna do. So there you go. Like, that's it. Period. So.
Go ahead. Pressure.
I definitely feel the pressure. Just because I have been modeling for a while now. I started pursuing music seriously just like the past summer. So not super long with that. But I have been doing modeling for a while now. And so I have seen other people that were at the same level as me when I started. And then now their accounts are higher than mine. Or like they have more engagement. They have more than that. And it is because a lot of times, like, they are showing off more of their body, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. And I have questioned, like, do I want to do it, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, no, because then I'm only doing it in the hopes of gaining, like, fans that aren't going to be there for what I want them to be. I want them to support me because of my music, because they like my message, because they like what I have to, like, offer in terms of my talent. Not because of my body. Yes, I'm beautiful. I recognize that and I celebrate it. But if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to show off more skin, if I'm going to do more than that, I want it to be because I want to, because I feel good inside and I want to share that and be happy about it, versus because I feel like it's going to get me more likes, or I feel like it's going to get me more followers. Because at the end of the day, the followers that come from that are going to leave when that stops. The followers that come from listening to your music, from growing with you, from being involved in who you are as an artist, what you have to say, those are the ones that are going to buy the albums. Those are the ones that are going to come to the shows. Those are going to be the ones that are my true fans, and those are the people that I want to perform for.
Yeah. I don't feel pressure. Like I said, I'm clever with how I move. Just real briefly, when I was younger, I was a straight tomboy. Like, you couldn't get me to wear a dress. It was Dickies and Chuck Taylors every day. Like, you couldn't pay me to wear a dress. I wasn't aware, and take that back, because I got all brothers. My father raised me, so I was like the only girl in the family, all boy cousins. So I grew up real tomboyish, and I wasn't aware of, like, I didn't know I had any type of body, or didn't care about that, and lotion my legs, none of that stuff mattered, but once I got of age and I started filling myself out, becoming a woman, so now it became, I like the way I look, okay, so I do it because I like to do it, I do, like I said, I do edgy pictures, and I'm an artist, and of course I like people to recognize me for my music, but I'm going to tell you what, you gotta play the game, baby. You gotta play the game. I play the game, you know what I mean? Like I said, sometimes I'm fully dressed, and I'm real picky when I do little shocking things. But if I do that, if you pay attention, behind it, you gonna feel woo, but guess what? My music gonna be going. So the picture gonna catch your attention, the music gonna grab you, and the consistency gonna keep you.
But it's
and
because
that's how
you
I
want
feel.
to do it, though,
That's
right?
because so I don't feel pressure that I have to do it. It's just something I discovered. I like it. Boom. And I wake up tomorrow and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but it's because I do what I want to do. And as long as I'm investing in myself, I'm gonna do
your way.
And that's what it should be for you.
That's
Not for anyone
how I
else.
consider it. If you give me the bag, I consider it. But outside of some talking and their opinions, I don't care about that. You know, we just gonna keep loving them up.
I'll be modeling too, right? And so like they be wanting me to come through with the blazer. I'm thinking we gonna do something professional, right? And then so they tell me to take off my button, you know what I'm saying, my bow tie. And then next thing you know, I got some coconut oil and shea butter on my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, what is going on? You feel me? So yeah, I feel the pressure too. I feel y'all.
They take advantage of it.
Just say no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I feel y'all.
Rap and tap. What's up, y'all? This Butter Go Harder right here on the Rap and Tap podcast, where we come live and direct, no filter, unfiltered, and we let y'all know exactly what's going on. The hardest podcast possible.
We gon' rap, we gon' tap.
Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna get right into veganism. Has anybody tried it? Thought about doing it? What's going on? Let's start over here.
The only thing I've done is a pescatarian, so you only eat like seafood and stuff.
Okay.
That's just seafood?
Huh?
That's just seafood?
Yeah, like as far as meats, just seafood. I haven't went the whole vegan route. I was trying that first to cut out like all beef, chicken. I was cut out all that. I lasted maybe about 3-4 months, and then I just went back to chicken. And then after I went back to chicken, it kind of just went left field. But I still kind of mostly do seafood and chicken. But yeah, I'm trying to go vegan sometimes. I feel like it's a little hard for me at least, so I need direction.
It's hard for me. I just really like meat. And then I don't know, I've started hunting and stuff, so I don't know. It's you have a different perspective of it when you hunt, because if you do so, there are certain things that you can do to where the animal dies humanely. And I feel like hunting and eating what you kill, all of it, is a lot better than just going to the store and I guess we were talking about it earlier, how cows nowadays are different than cows before. They're not just out roaming. No, they're being pumped in a factory basically. Yeah. But with hunting, you have to work for it. You have to find the animal. You have to do it. It's not easy. It's not like you just go outside and bam. No, it's a lot of work. And then you can have the animal and you can enjoy it, and you can know that if you use safe hunting practices, if you do the right things, that animal died swiftly and humanely. So that's my take on it. I don't know.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, so I've tried to go semi-vegan until I found out the eggs that are in the store, that's not considered vegan because it comes from chicken. So I've tried, but now, I was saying earlier, I try to do every other week, no meat, no fried food, just try to eat, clean, smoothies, fruit, salads. I need help as far as other ideas of food, and I think the only thing that makes it hard is because we don't know. When you don't know any better or know anything else, you're automatically going back to only what you know. And I think a lot of times, for me, in any situation, it's you look at what you have to give up instead of what you have to gain. So if I had those replacement meals, or if I knew more, then it'll be a lot more easier, because even when I do my weeks with no meat and try to eat clean, I feel a lot better. I feel lighter. My waist feel a little tighter. My clothes feel better. I don't feel as bloated. My skin is clear. Now, and just real quick on her subject now, see, that's what would make me not want to eat meat. If I had to hunt it and actually kill these animals and skin them and all that, then I don't want it. That'll just really turn my stomach. Yeah. You going hard.
It's good because it shows you.
No, it's not good.
It's not like that. It shows you what you're doing. You you have to go face to face. You can't just go to the store and be like, here, this thing that suffered for its entire life, being full of hormones and stuff. And I'm just gonna put it, let's go, and now we're having chicken. Like, no, you go out there. You have more respect for the animal. You have respect for the life. You use all parts of the animal. Like, I think there is a beauty in hunting. Like, if you are going to eat meat, I think that you should have the responsibility of knowing that you took the life of the animal. You should have the responsibility.
The best respect is to live. That's respect.
See, I'm not a fisher, I'm not gonna say that, but back in the day, like my dad, we would always go fishing. So he would fish, he would gut it, cut the head off, like all that stuff. So I feel where she's coming from as far as now I couldn't kill no cow. No,
I haven't killed a cow.
But as far as meat, because when you say like meat or chicken, like when you say killing them, I just be like, But like as far as like fishing, like I've done caught crabs and like fish and stuff like that. That's kind of okay because it's normal. I mean, I know hunting's normal too.
Let me clarify. So far, I've killed rabbits and squirrels.
Oh,
and they're good, but like, so like it's not like I'm out there. Well, no, I didn't kill a deer. That was one of our friends, but but no, like I'm not out there like spearing cows and like. That's what I want to do. But like I do want to go deer hunting and then like the wild boar hunting. Like, I mean there are benefits too of like hunting these animals because like it's with the wild boar problems, like that's a big problem in Texas and a lot of like more south in the country, and getting rid of them, like especially if you do eat them or like I don't know, you're lowering their population because nothing else is taking care of their population, and then you're also getting food, and then like you're also helping people that are out, like they will attack, they're aggressive, or like farmers where they run through their stuff. Like there's a lot of benefits. Well, I mean, I'm just talking about like you can eat them. It depends on their weight and like how old they are. But if they're the right weight and age, then yeah, you can eat them and you can enjoy that, and then also know that you're doing something good because that is a particular animal to where if there's too many of them, it's not a good thing for them to be roaming free. Right.
Before Brother Shirt, wait. Before Brother Shirt jumps all over this, I'm gonna just say the black community eats the worst. We've been trained to eat soul food, what they call
Wait, define
neck
worst.
bones, collard greens, ham hocks, pork chops. Basically the scraps were given to the slaves, and we just made it taste good. But we've been stuck on that diet, which is their diet. It's not our natural diet.
Right.
So, brother, speak to a little bit to that and show us the light.
Let me show you the light, bro. I happen to be vegan. I made my year in December, you know what I'm saying? Before that, I was pescatarian for like 3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? So it was a transition for me. I ain't grow up like that, you know what I'm saying? But beyond vegan, I'm an alkaline vegan, you dig? Which is, something that was put together by Dr. Sebi, and he's just saying like viruses and cancers and things like that, they can't maintain themselves in an alkaline environment, but the foods that we eat is acidic, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got these viruses and stuff like that. So, I just created the alkaline hour to inspire people like myself that want to get down and hear recipes from people that look like myself, and not them dry, unseasoned vegan options, you understand me? So that's what I did, and it's definitely a difference when you deal with ethnic vegan dishes and when you deal with European vegan dishes, that's all I'm gonna say. But definitely vegan's the way to go, and if more people killed their food and met the animals, then they would be vegan, you know what I'm saying? So
or they would have to respect at least.
Yeah, but Paul McCartney was like, if the factories, whatever, where they produce the animals, if they had glass windows, everybody would be vegan. They got a website, meatyourmeat.org. You understand me? Like, bro, like they pumping they pumping these animals with antibiotics,
Exactly, yeah.
chemicals, and then they got these machines on their udders for hours. But this is what they're bred to do. That's what they're alive to do. You understand me? Like they bred Africans in America. But yeah, and they got, so milk is supposed to be pink. Okay? Because it's blood and pus up in there.
Yeah.
But they gotta bleach it to make it white. You understand me? So
Well,
this
I've always
whole,
hated milk, so this is fine.
hey, but it's this whole industrialization of agriculture and meat. You dig? That's what's bad, and you know. So as long as we live in a capitalistic society and we let other people produce our food for us, then that gives them the opportunity to poison us.
All right, let's go ahead. Where can people find each of you?
You can find me, Joanne Deanna, on Instagram. It's JOANE Deanna, DEANNA. Because it's spelled like Joanne, so everybody confused, but it's Joanne Deanna. Just to let y'all know.
Alright, you can find me on any music platform by searching Minx and one of my singles, She's Gone or Clout. And you can find me on Instagram at pink and then a period, MINXX.
Alright, you can find me online wherever music is found. All single sites, mixtape sites, and Butter Go Harder, BUTTAGOHARD, or every social media site, Butter Go Harder, nothing before, nothing after. www.buttergoharder.com. I got products up there. I got my own air freshener. I got my linen, so check that out. Free shipping right now, so you're gonna get that. But Butter Go Harder.
Yeah, alright, well sure. My name is Devontae D. Peters. You can follow my campaign at DevontaeDPeters.org, you know what I'm saying? Type in Devontae D3 Peters, Instagram, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Follow the campaign, but I'm also a conscious hip hop artist, so Brother Sharp, you know what I'm saying? All streaming platforms, you dig, anywhere you listen to music, type in What Up Black Power, Brother Sharp, you know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere, and I'm also an alkaline vegan trap chef. Follow at The Alkaline Hour, that's THA, Alkaline Hour, the hottest alkaline vegan recipes, you dig, and information, you know what I'm saying? So follow us, man.
We went deep.
We're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it.
I want to thank all of our guests, and y'all come back and see us on Rap and Tap the podcast. Thank y'all.
Yes.
Thank you.
We gon' rap, we gon' rap, we gon' tap, we gon' tap. Yeah, it's the podcast.